Hello everybody, Jen Yokel here. Excuse the messy desk, been a flurry of Christmas craziness, and I was about to sit down and finish up the last of some projects, and I thought I would do a little video as I attempted to do some of these projects. So last year I saved a whole bunch of Christmas cards, and I've been slowly whittling away at the pile. Oh my goodness, so much stuff on my desk. And so I thought I'd show you some ways of using Christmas cards in junk journals and making tags and things. So here I have a partial card. I've already used half the card to create a tag. And so on this card, I still think, we have a little snowman here, a little pretty house. There's a cute little scene. So I can make a tag out of this to add into a journal, to add an element. So if you happen to have die cuts, which I just got this set with tags, these are great. So I'm going to use it to show you how I can create a little scene right here. See? And I could use my die cut machine and I could cut out this little tag. And even though, yeah, it's sideways, like sometimes in journals there are places where you stick tags in sideways, but even if you stick it in like this when the person takes it out, it'll still be a very pretty scene, still very useful. You say, oh, but I don't have a die cut, Jen. That's okay, you don't need a die cut to do it. So what I do is when I receive garments or things at the store, if they come with tags that I happen to like the size of, sometimes I stash them and hold on to them. So here is some tags from a dress I got recently. Here's like a bigger one. But you can use these as, see, here's a little one. That's probably too little for what I want. I can use it as a template. See, I'm just gonna lay it over where I think the tag would go. Right there. And then all I need to do is use a pencil and I can draw along my edges, right? And then I can cut right out. And again, if you don't have tags like this, that's fine. You can eyeball it. Just take your scissors. And if you want to use a ruler, you can use a ruler to get you started and make yourself a straight line. See, I can make myself a straight line. I can cut there, and then you just use your scissors to cut out your image. Now I'm going to use my die cut on this one, which is why I'm not cutting it out. But I would then use the top half of this card. I'm going to cut off here because I have a little die cut machine at the moment and I take little things, but you can start to see how that could be a tag right there. And then this little bit, not exactly useful as a tag, but could be useful for layering later on. Because I mean, there's glitter on here, there's sparklies, and if you had leftover bits and you started to layer, for instance, I'll just kind of show you an example. Well, it's an enormous bit of, but you kind of get the idea. If we started layering pieces on here, and then I put a little saying, I could use this. Still, it's a nice wintry scene, cute little bird right there, and some sparkles. So for me, I'm going to stick this over here in the keep pile for the future. I might use it later on, we shall see. So here's another card, and in this one, this is a beautiful card. And I could see lots of things that I can take out of this. So I happen to have gotten these punches right here. And so I could, if I center it on that far right there, and what I'm trying to do is, you see this December 25th? I'm trying not to get that into my circle. So I'm purposely staying away from it. So it does mean my flower is a little off center. but that's okay, because if I put my phone in the center, I'll have this little gold bit inside, and I just don't want that. So I'm going to, I'm not the best at these punches yet, I just got them. And I don't have finger strength, so I've got it held down to hold it in place. There we go. There. Okay. And if you say, well, Jen, I have one of those fancy circle cutters. You don't need a fancy circle cutter. You just need something that's round. So I use this as for holding my glue. And it actually happens to be just about the same size as the circle cutter. And I could just lay this on top of what I want to cut out, right? And draw a circle around it. And then I just cut on my circle. Cut in from here. And I'm going to show you why I cut in from here. Oh, trying to see my line. There you go. There we have it. Now I have two little circles. Okay, so here's my card. Throw away the card? No! No, of course not. Now, first of all, right here, this December 25th, if you look very carefully, let's see, this one might be too big to show it. I can see just about. If I had used the next size smaller, if I use my next size smaller die cut, you have a little tag right there. It says December 25th. You got a little bit of poinsettia sticking out the side, okay? So you can very easily turn this little bit into a tag. And then over here, this little bit right here, I would cut this out to use as a little embellishment for just adding on in a little spot. If you just needed a little touch of something, let's do there. And so if I just cut around this bit, there we go. Now I have a nice little embellishment that I can stick on the corner of a page. I can, you know, I've got some little extra bits here. I can, again, layer, not with that one, but you get the point that you can add this to other things, and then you'll have yourself a little bit to add on to your pages. So with that in mind, I still have this whole section here. There we go. That can go along the side of a page, and I can add other things on top of that. For instance, here I've got some trim. See? Added that on top. And again, here we have another little bit that we can decorate the side of a page with. And so I'll keep that. That's going into the keep pile. I have this little massive pile here on my desk where all the little bits go that I think I might possibly be able to use, because you never know. And then here is, we still have this little corner here, because my plan is to turn this top half into a tag using my die cut machine. So this bottom half, I'm thinking, let me get my other smaller one. Too small. Here, I think I'm just going to cut. So I'm going to leave that top bit so I can can make myself a tag out of it. Come back to that later with my die cut machine. Okay, this one. Again, we'll eyeball it. Not the best at cutting straight. Okay. Okay, now you might say, now Jen, that is not much of anything right there. No, it's not, but it is a really pretty background piece, which you could use if you added things on top of. And I'm just going to go search real quick right now and see what I could. Oh, here's a Santa Claus. He's a little big. He kind of covers up most of what's right there. Let's see if I have another one really close. Christmas tree is a little too big. Okay, but again, here you get the point of if I had little cutouts. These I printed, but if you cut out of other cards or other pictures. In fact, I'm looking, see this little bird right here? I could cut that out, layer it with some lace, put a hole in the top, and we would have a tag. In fact, I'm looking here, had some stamps. Here's one. Here's a lovely cardinal. Lovely cardinal stamp, right? See? And all I have to do is add a little ink. Okay. Add a little, let's go into my stash here. Let's see if I can find something. I've been using it up. Not much left in my little mini stash. And I'll have to dig into the bigger stash, I think. Here's a bit of brown. Maybe a little big. I have to make that a little smaller, but see, adding little bits onto it. Add the cardinal. Add a hole at the top, and you can have yourself a little tag. In fact, I can almost stick the two together, couldn't I? A little much, but you get the point. You get the point. The idea is kind of just breaking down these cards and saving the little pieces and seeing how you can turn each one into something. And with these pieces, what I would do is sometimes on the inside of a card, like here, for instance, I have a card, which I will be using this section of it for sure to make something. I might be able to do two separate tags, one with a Christmas tree and one with the snowman, but the whole top half of this I don't really need, but the inside has this beautiful design on it. And so if I go in with my cutter, this is the side I don't need, using a bigger circle. Oh, not gonna work that way. I'll hold it down, turn it over. Oh, I think I need to sharpen it. I know there's a way to sharpen these. Okay. So there we go. So now this is the same size as this. I can glue it to the back. See? Right there. If I wanted to, I could add some, what's it called? Eyelash trim. Here's one I did. Adding eyelash trim in between the two pieces. See there? Eyelash trim around the edge. You could take a bit of ribbon, pull a little piece of ribbon down here, you glue a bit of ribbon in between the two pieces. Right there, it looks almost like an ornament, right? Now, also this piece right here, this bigger piece, I printed these images and cut them out, and I cut them with a smaller circle. So here, I could lay a smaller circle on top of the bigger circle. Okay, and so I can use this decorative bit from inside a greeting card as backdrop for other little pieces. All right, so there, many different ideas of how to break down greeting cards. That one greeting card, I was able to get 2 circles, and I'm gonna get 2 little tags and 1 embellishment and 1 possible embellishment of this piece right here, all out of 1 greeting card. So there's some ideas, and yes, if you have the fancy tools, good chance to get them out. Use them, use your tools. But again, you don't necessarily need them. Anything that's round that you can draw around, you can use that. If you have a ruler, maybe a ruler, eyeball it. It doesn't always have to be perfect. In my mind, it's junk journaling. It's using the scraps you have around you. So go ahead and use them. And it's okay if it's a little misshapen. Okay, I might try and fix that one a little bit. But look around you. I bet you can find things that are just the right shape. They're already around you that you can use to make your tags. So there's a few ideas on how to use greeting cards to make embellishments. And I'm going to go and finish these off, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Hi there. I want to tack on a quick video, just a short bit at the end to show some finished bits that I made with the parts and pieces. So here, with that December 25th, I made a tag, added a bit of lace, a little trim. I did use a decorative corner, and then I accidentally ripped part of the piece off and just added some stuff to the top. And then this was the bit in the dome corner, which added some fabric and a little cutout. And I cut out some bits out of some lace. And then this is a brad that I use at the top, just kind of poking out the top a little bit, just like that. And here's the snowman one. Did the same thing, used a brad. This one I used my die cut to cut out. And there it goes. Even if it goes this way, it's still cute. And here's that circle I cut out from the card. Used another piece from another card at the backing, added ribbon trim, and then I've got a little bulb pin, which I added a jingle bell, and I tied on just the teeniest little bit of trim right there, like that. And then I wanted to show you these, which I had printed the pictures off. But I showed you how you can use smaller circles, larger circles, and then add some eyelash trim in between. So here we go. I parts and pieces from greeting cards, made little bits to stick into pockets. Some of these are just going to get stuck in some envelopes and mailed off to some friends. So just wanted to share my finished products. Happy creating!